Hello and welcome, my gut-tying leaves. This is it. This is the final installment of Rating Ranger's Ropes for now. We cover the teams from Zyuden Sentai Kyoruger to the most recent show, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. As you might have seen already, I started covering current shows by themselves, including outfits. If I didn't do that, we would have to wait 9 years for each installment, which is kinda a long time. At least if you are young. Well, let's get into it. Let's dance into 2013! Vamola! Zyuden Sentai Kyoruger! I will cover all 10 of them as one, since there aren't many differences between them. And they do look good. The teeth mark works very well for a dinosaur-themed team. Also, the shoulder pads are a nice touch. When we get to their helmets, they represent their saws appropriately. And that is actually all I can say about them. They work really well and have top-tier outfits. But then... Kyoryuger Carnival. This one looks really awesome and I wish everyone would get a carnival form. Especially the mini Tira West looks really nice. Get your tickets in 2014 to enter the Rainbow Line and meet Super Sentai ToQger. Before we get into them, a funny story. I was driving somewhere with my wife, listening to music. Then, the ToQger opening came up. And just as we enter a tunnel, the lyrics go, Tunnel Nuketara, which basically means we are exiting the tunnel now. Sure, would have been even funnier if we had exited, not entered the tunnel, but no, maybe the irony makes it even funnier. Or maybe you would have to be there. Tell me your funny stories in the comments below. Now, their outfits. Let me get one of my pet peeves out here. The colors. Now, I love pink, actually my third favorite color, but they are partially based on a rainbow. And a rainbow has 7 colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue and purple. So why not make ToQger purple instead of pink? And then, to not have 2 blues in the main series, the 7th one from the movie Cyan, then we would have all the colors of the rainbow. Easy as that. And having a main purple one would be nice for once. Okay, now back to the regular program. I really like their outfits. The train lines around their number are a nice touch that just works. And the helmets with the train tracks over their visors are a really good idea. And the helmets themselves are modeled after different train models. I really like that. But now, please exit the train. We have arrived. In 2015, where we see ninjas that don't hide. Which kinda makes them not ninjas. But well, one of them is a mage. Yeah, I'm talking about Zyuden Sentai Ninninger. I don't really like that season, but I do like their outfits. The helmets with the different shuriken designs look okay, and I really like the sash design. This gives them a really nice look. Then we have the ninja cowboy. Welcome to Super Sentai. He uses a ninja star burger. But all kidding aside, they really managed to mix cowboy and ninja in his outfit well. It strangely works. I like his poncho and the star-shaped visor that connects to his cowboy hat. Yeah, he has a funny concept, but the outfit is rather cool. let's go to the zoo in 2016 and visit Dobutsu Sentai Zyuohger. And no, many people think there's a zoo pun in the name, but it is pronounced Zyuohger, not Zyuohger. The ZYU in Japanese is pronounced Ju. But what about the outfits? Well, they are quite simple, but in a good way. Their helmets look great, and you can tell which animal they are based on. Except Zyuo Lions. That one looks kinda stupid in how they incorporated his lion's mane. On their chest is a nice print of the animal. I would surely wear shirts with a print like that. And that zigzag shape on their gloves and boots make them look wild, like the animals they are. As for Misao, aka Zyuo the World, he is a human infused with the souls of 3 Jew-men, and his outfit reflects that. Basically, he looks the same. However, his outfit is split into 3 parts, each representing one of his Jew-men. He is, so far, the only ranger that has more than one color at once in his regular form. So, not counting Guy Ikari's Go on Wings and Christmas forms and Patranger and Lupin Tricolore. Then we have to talk about Yamato. Yes, I said I don't like it as much if only the main character gets power-up forms. But in this case, it is fine. First off, Zyuo the World has 3 forms as well, so technically he isn't the only one. And they aren't really power-ups and more different forms. You could say his base stats are the same, just contributed differently. Also, he is different from the others, as in he is a human, not a Jew-man. The Jew-mans use their own power to transform, giving them the form of the animal they are. However, Yamato is a human and was gifted his Jew-man powers. And he got them from 3 different Jew-mans, so he can use 3 different forms, which makes sense. You can easily assume that this just wouldn't work with someone that is already a Jew-man. So, what about the looks of these forms of him? Zyuo Gorilla is very bulky, fitting for a gorilla. And that's basically it. He doesn't look that different. Zyuo Whale, however, is a little more special, being an ancient Jew-man. His coat-like outfit looks really awesome, especially how the whale's tail is integrated within it. And his helmet looks fierce. It gives off the vibe of some legendary warrior, which he kinda is in this form. And then we have Zyuo Condor, which is the fusion of Yamato and Bat. But it is just a purple version of those two, so the previous opinion applies. 2017 created its own space with Zyuden Sentai Kyoruger. I saw many people complaining about them not being the zodiac signs. However, while I want a Sentai based on those, I'm okay with it here, because other star signs are more prominent from other planets than our zodiacs would be. And in this team, everyone except 2 guys are aliens. Now, their helmets implement their star signs using the visor, and that works really well, even though Kaijiki Yellow could kill people just with a headbutt, which was sadly never utilized or even mentioned. That thing is long and pointy. I really love their vests. The star and a gem with their color make it look really cool, as well as the rest of their outfits, with the implementation of some stuff from the race they belong to. Ryu Commander is just an awesome design. Coats just look cool, and he rocks it. The star being in the center for him works perfectly. When it comes to the other extras, they don't look as different as he does, so what I said about the mains applies to them as well. But they really could have used at least 2 more females on this team. We have 9 guys, 2 robots, which would be genderless, and 1 girl. Sure, Washi Pink is pretty feminine, which is okay, and I would see her as such. But still, even if you count that, there are only 2 girls in a team of 12. What is this? 1986. We also have Shishi Red Orion. Technically still a Red Ranger, but I like to count him as white, so we don't have two reds in this team. Seriously, even with a team of 12, there are still colors you could have used, like white or grey. Even a brown one would have been better. Orion is a nice power-up, giving him a cool cape, but that's about it. Let's move on. 2018. Don't watch your purse, because it is already gone anyway. Kaito Sentai Lupinranger are masterful thieves, and their outfits are masterful as well. Using a top hat Lupin is often shown with as a visor is genius, and we have visors in the main colors. Capes are instant coolness, and that suit coat look of the outfits is très bien. Lupin X looks not as much like a thief, but still cool. He has more of a tactical vest going on, which I really like. And we also have Lupin Tricolor, which is just fun. Uh-oh. I think they found me. And it's still 2018. But these are policemen. Kikai Sentai Patranger. The outfits kinda look like paper clips. Joking aside, I think they are supposed to be ties. I said joking aside. Well, without thinking about that, their outfits look great as well. I like the shoulder pads, and making the visors look like a police badge is a good idea that works. I prefer Patran X to Lupin X, with him looking like a detective in a trench coat. I think Columbo would like that outfit. And probably none of you know who that is. Oh well. Patran Ugo again is fun. Sadly, they weren't dragon based like I initially thought. But maybe instead of 2019 we could see something like that next week? Hint hint. Yes, that was a hint at my next video. Now, Kyoryuger Sentai Ryusoulger, the Dinosaur Knights. I do like the outfits, but they aren't all that special. They don't have much individuality on them, like with Kyoryuger having their dinosaurs' heads on their chests. But the helmets mix a knight's helmet with their respective dinosaurs as well. Even though some of them aren't dinosaurs. But oh well. Ryusoulger Gold basically looks the same as the others. Then we have Ryusoulger Brown, which looks armored up and very cool. This could easily have been a power-up form for the others. And Gysoulger. I just realized that he looks the same as Ryusoulger Brown. Huh. Also, they should have called him Ryusoulger Rust. Sounds much cooler and would be fitting. Let me be crystal clear here. 2020 brought us Machine Sentai Kiramager. But these are otherworldly, magical stones. The stones in our world won't heal a certain virus that came up that year. They have streets on their chests. Not that much a fan of those, but they aren't too distracting either. I love their gemstone-like shoulder pads, and their helmets look really cool. Especially Kirame Silver with his goggles. What can I say? I love goggles. But with them being gemstone based, I just wish he wasn't silver, but something like orange instead. I kind of get fatigued of those silver and gold rangers. The extras can be other colors than that. Well, ToQger works. He shouldn't be anything but gold. But more on that later. And now we have reached our current year, 2021. Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger fight off an invasion from some evil robotic life forms. Let's start with Zenkaiger here. His design is based off of Go Red, the very first Sentai warrior. And he improves upon it a lot. I especially love the V-shape on his helmet and the incorporation of typical Sentai colors. But I missed two things on this team. Someone representing the Ninja Sentais and a green one, as green is a very prominent color in the Sentai teams. But well, back to Zenkaiger. His vest is a bit massive, but gives him a mighty look. And he kinda is mighty. And goofy. A mighty goof. A moofty. With Kaito being white, the red one isn't the main guy this time. But we still have one in Juran, aka Zenkaiger. He is based off of Zyuohger's main mecha, which is a mecha I don't really like. But he pulls off that look pretty well. If that was how the mecha back then looked, I would have liked it a lot more. The Tyranno head on his chest is especially nice. Zenkaiger is based on Kyuranger's mech. He also has an animal on his chest, a lion, but it doesn't look as good as Juran's, but still fine. I especially like his head with the spikes, makes him look wild. Our lonely girl, Zenkaiger, is based on Patraranger's mech, and as with that mech, I love her design. Everything about it looks magical. The design could somehow also work for a villain, however. But hey, that doesn't make it any worse. She is the best looking of our 4 Kikainoids. Based on Bokenja's mech, we have Zenkaiger. I'm not into cars or vehicles, and due to that, his design just doesn't do much for me. I'm not saying it's bad, because it isn't, but it's just not for me. Then we have our golden boy 2. And yes, in this part of the script, I wrote all 2's as in the number 2. ToQger. This could easily have been an extra for Gokaiger. I love the design. It's almost too perfect for someone like Zox, who just stole it. But well, this is basically Toei copyright infringing Toei. So they pirated themselves. I wonder if they took legal action against themselves as well. And our last one for the day, Stay Caesar. He is based on Battle Japan, but looks so infinitely better. Especially for a bad guy, this design works really well, even though I'm sure he will become part of the team sooner or later. I love those cyborg looking stripes on his arms and sides, and the red parts make him look menacing. The only remaining question: how did his father, basically a robot, mate with a human? But maybe I don't really want to know that. And that's it. All 45 Sentai teams under our henshin belt. I hope you enjoyed the ride and continue to enjoy my content. Tell me what you think in the comments below as well. And maybe you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description below. Also, don't forget to spin the like gear and shoot your Gabu revolver on subscribe and that little bell. I will see you next time. Bye bye!